Yeah.
I didn't know it was a thing until later. I'm like, oh, that would have been so cool.
That would have been really cool. All right, let me see. Okay, so we had got that he would wear relaxed, chill clothes most of the time, but then he had to dress up for work or church. You said he was a salesman, so that makes sense. He showed me an image of a little girl sitting on right knee. He's given sweets or something. We got the number 6. We're not sure what that's about. Then we had, I got that he was an image or a picture of him standing with left hand on his left hip area, holding a can of beer.
Maybe my mom would know about that image.
She might. Beer in one hand on the right hand, and he's been working on cars. You showed, yes, that he does work on cars. Shirtless doesn't make sense to you, but he's maybe could just be saying that it's hot. So, I caught us up now in the audio, so I'm going to keep going, okay?
Okay.
That's funny. I can hear her singing, like, humming Christmas music. And yeah. I feel he was just showing me an image of, like, pinching cheeks. Would he pinch your cheeks when you were a little girl?
Oh, I'm sure.
It's like he wants to do that to her because she's so cute and he can hear her singing or humming and he just wants to pinch her little cheeks. Hi, just pinch your cheeks. You're so cute. You're so cute. Let's see.
I like pinching her cheeks.
Yeah. She's got some cute little cheeks. Let's see.
I'm sure you would have done that. He was very loving.
Yeah, I can feel that he's very proud. Like he has grandfather pride for his grandchildren, great grandchildren.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's see. Do you remember a whole lot about him since he was 3, or since you were only 3?
I have quite a bit of memories. Yeah.
You do? Good, because I don't remember anything since before I was like 7. So it's amazing.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing you have a good memory like that. Okay. Was there an ice cream truck or something that would drive by his house? I see popsicles, like you're holding popsicles. Maybe it was just from a store, but it's like melting.
Is this another grandfather coming in?
I'm not sure.
Because I have another one where we would always get popsicles at their house.
Okay. But what about all the other stuff I said? Would that relate to the other grandfather?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It could, I mean, I don't know why he's showing me a popsicle and it's hot and melting, but that
was like my childhood.
Okay. Your whole childhood?
Yeah.
I got you.
Like all of it.
Okay. Let's see. What else? Has he been gone for a long time? Because I feel like he's not... Like, I feel like he's talking and stuff, but he's not vibrant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been gone for a really long time.
Okay. Because...
30 years, yeah.
30. Yeah, I just feel like he's talking and showing me images and stuff like that, but it's slow to come to me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So was he?
What are maybe you could ask him, what are like signs?
Sure, I can ask. Hold on. What signs you give her? I don't know if this is a sign or if he's just mentioning it, but I see like trains, like toy trains.
Okay.
Do you have boys?
Uh-huh.
Do your boys play with trains?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Maybe he's just letting you know he knows something about you.
Yeah, that's
and your kids.
Cool.
Yeah. Signs. He consistently shows me something floating or so like not a butterfly flapping wings. It's almost like feathers that are just kind of like floating.
Feathers that are like feathers in the water?
I mean just feathers. in general. So if you find random feathers sitting around that normally wouldn't be there, or if you see, like, it could be feathers that are in water, but it's like floating. Not floating on top of water, but...
Oh, I see, like in the air?
Yeah, like floating in the air.
Okay.
But it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to see it floating in the air. That's just his way of showing me specifically feathers.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he doesn't really show you signs as much as he does other family members. So, like, he's showing me, like, other people he sees and visits and gives signs to. It's like light bulbs. Something with light bulbs.
Yes! Who is that?
You see light bulbs too?
Well, like flickering.
Yeah.
Me and my mom used to always joke it was him.
Okay. And you're talking about when you were younger and you lived with her?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then yes, that makes sense. That makes sense because it's like now it would be feathers, but not whenever you were younger and it's somebody else he was showing with light bulbs, something with light bulbs. So that makes sense to you for your mom and you?
Yeah, for me and my mom, it was in our kitchen.
Kitchen.
We would like always joke that like I don't know if we were talking about him and then the lights would flicker.
Ah, okay.
And so we would always joke that. And then as I got older, I was like, oh, come on, Mom, your electricity just needs to be fixed. Like, that's not real.
Yeah, no, he just chuckled and was like, yes, it is. And now you know. Like, now you know it was him. Let me see. What else do you got? All right, would it make sense to you why he's showing me him wearing a diaper?
No.
Was he so old that he had to wear diapers?
Not that
was he sick?
Of. He wasn't that old.
Okay. What is it with diapers?
If he wore diapers, I didn't know.
I mean, this is like diapers. But not like big, bulky diapers. Almost like, those Depends kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was sick near the end of his life. And he died young.
Okay.
Ish.
Did he have cancer?
Like maybe huh?
Did he have cancer?
I asked my mom how he died, because after you were asking about, that other guy, she said that he died from a stroke. But he could have had cancer because he was a chronic smoker for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't take care of their health. He could have had cancer and we didn't even know.
Mm-hmm. You said he's a smoker? Because in the image he was showing me in the photograph, he's holding a beer can, but there's like a cigarette sticking out of his finger. And I just didn't mention that. He was very more emphasizing the beer can. You should ask your mom about that image.
Well, I know about that. I've had some issues with him since his passing, like as I've gotten older, about his drinking.
Okay.
Because I only remembered him as a sweet grandpa, and my mom romanticizes her memory of him, so I wonder how accurate her memory of him is versus just putting him on this like pedestal.
Well, I do see that he was very loving and, that kind of thing, but he did have his things. Okay, we all have our thing, but I do feel the drinking and the smoking was like his vice. I don't know if that's the word for it. But I don't see he was ever like abusive. He was never, like, it's almost more like her mom, so your grandmother, was more of the disciplinarian than he was. Does that make sense? Yeah?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. The mom was much stricter, and it's almost like he gives me that he was just kind of like go with the flow. Like, why are you so upset? It's fine. Why, whatever. But never would like be abusive or yell all the time or anything like that. So he does come off to me when we were talking about the energy of him before you were born, and he's like younger and with mom and all that. He's like just kind of just chill.
That's good.
Just chill, but he drinks, smoke, that kind of thing. Did he play poker or something like that?
Probably. I think he had in the basement. They had like a poker table.
A poker table in the basement?
Mhm. I think so.
Yeah, it's like the smoking, the drinking, and then he showed me like cards, like playing cards fanned out.
He would go to like bars a lot.
Should ask your mom about the playing poker part, because I really feel like he's showing me that he would play poker with the guys.
With the what?
With the guys.
With the guy?
With the guys, like the guys, you know what I mean? Like his
guys.
friends, like he played poker with the guys, with the boys that he would hang out with. All right, let's see what else you got. It's interesting because you say that he was young, but I feel like there was something. It's okay, you can answer her.
What? I want to go potty. Oh, okay.
Oh, you got to take her potty?
She can do it. I just have to turn the light on for her.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Is she potty training?
Yeah.
Does she go through does she still use diapers sometimes? At all? I feel like as soon as she said she had to go potty, it was like ding, 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 like red lights almost going off. And the diaper thing he was showing me, I feel, was because she needed to go to the bathroom. That is wild. Oh my gosh.
He's like very aware of her.
That has never happened to me. I mean, I have spirits that will be describing something to me that's going on in someone else's home. Like, I was with this guy, he was passed away, and he literally described everything in the room his daughter and wife were in, minute by minute, everything. So, there was that, but she hadn't even told you she needed to go to the bathroom yet.
I had no idea.
That was wild. Holy crap, that's so cool.
I don't think he wore diapers.
That was so cool, because, I mean, I'm telling you, as soon as, I was just going to say, I know you said he wasn't very old, but he keeps showing me diapers, and as soon as I started, and she said, Mom, I stopped and said, you can answer her, and she said, I got to go potty. Boom, 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 boom. It was like red light, sirens going off. That was wild.
Trying to get our attention.
That was so cool. That was so cool. Thanks, Grandpa.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He was holding that for a while.
Apparently. Oh my gosh. He's around with you guys. He knows your kids. Do you ever notice, maybe not now, but at some point when they were younger, it may be her that seems almost like she's talking to somebody or sees somebody?
I've always thought that with my kids, yeah.
Okay, because he's around. And
they can see him?
Yep.
What about my littlest, my 1-year-old?
Right. Her. It's
Him?
Him, yes. So it's whatever babies you have that are young, they can see. I feel like 4 and younger. Anything older than that, they start to I don't know how to describe it, but it's almost like they don't communicate as much. They start to block it off and be more interested in real, tangible things. You know, like toys that are there or whatever. Whereas when they're babies, they really they're open more, so they can see and talk to and play with spirits. And you might notice that, but anything older than like 4, usually they can, but most of the time they don't. And
Mila's 3 and Henry is 1.
And those are the only 2 you have?
I have a 7-year-old
that
plays with trains. Yeah.
The 7-year-old plays with trains.
Mhm.
Okay, do you notice the 7-year-old still seems to like talk or anything with something that's not there? Or was that when he was younger?
Yeah, when he has autism, so when he was younger, he would like babble quite a bit and just kind of never knew who he was talking to.
Yeah, Grandpa's saying that was him, but as he's gotten older, he doesn't really communicate with him very much. He's always with, Grandpa's always there with him. Well, he visits other people, but he does visit with you guys. So I feel like he spends time with like his kids and their kids, and then he comes and sees you guys. So he's kind of bouncing around. Like he doesn't just stay only at your house all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
ask him how it was. How was his reunion with his son? Because my uncle just died.
Let's see. Did your uncle drink?
Yeah, I mean just casually.
Yeah, well, right, but like, would it make sense if they? Yeah, would it make sense if it was like almost like a party and they were cheersing?
Look at me. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at you.
My uncle was funny. He would always like post pictures on Facebook with like a big cigar in his mouth and a cigar in the other hand.
That's funny. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what he showed me, was almost like they had a beer together, like, hey, like there you are, and they were clinking, almost like cheersing beer cans. So that was the way the reunion was for them. Very happy to see one another. And did they have? I feel like when your uncle was younger, he was a bit of a. Was he a hard child? Was he like a difficult kid? Did they clash at all?
I don't know.
I feel like there was a period of time where they would butt heads about stuff.
Oh, really?
But then, obviously, it's like now not anymore. But at some point, I feel when he was like a teenager, like a teen boy, they would clash or butt heads. But that was the thing, though, is that he wasn't that type of person. Like your grandfather really was just a very chill person. But when it came to his son, does he have more than one son?
Yeah, he has 3.
I feel like just the one that passed.
I think even one of them drove a car off the cliff.
Golly, see? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. That would make sense.
I don't know which one it was. I just remember them telling the story because we live in Utah, and so there's big mountains,
Yeah.
I think he like put it in drive and then jumped out and drove it off the cliff.
Wow.
Like teenagers do.
Yeah. He's given me I feel it's probably the one that's with him that was, they had a thing where they would butt heads a little bit. But not extreme. They didn't have like fist fights and all that mess. Just they butt heads a little bit. But as they got older, it was different.
That's good.
Yeah. She's so cute.
This one?
Yeah. You're so cute.
You say thank you.
Let's see.
What about my grandma? Is she coming in?
I was just going to ask you, is his wife wife, did she pass away after him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He helped her cross.
I knew that. I could feel him, and I felt like I could see him in my mind because I was there.
Yeah. Yep, he did. He was there to like help her like guide her on where she's going. You know what I mean? Like, you're going into a spirit realm now, no longer in the physical form. Let's go. Let's see. Was she a spicy type grandmother? Was she like, I'm very independent, I can do it myself?
Yes.
Okay, because he shows me like he's coming to help guide her over, and she almost is like smacking his hand, like, I got this, I can do this. And he's just like, can you just let me, please? Just let me help you come over. It's like she don't need him, but he helped her, and she
was totally that way. Like, I remember one of my cousins offering to carry like a crock pot down the stairs, and she's like, I got
it. Yes, that's what she did too. Whenever it was time to cross, he tried to help her, and she's like, I don't even grab my hand, I'm good. Like, they don't have actual physical hands when they pass away. They're all just energy spirits. They don't have physical forms. But if you can imagine that type of personality, that's what he's giving me. Almost like she was gonna smack his hand away, and I got it. I don't need you to help me. I'm independent. I got this. And yeah, that's so he's making a funny about that. About how he's like, yes, I went and got her, and it was sweet and peaceful, and then she's like, I don't need you to help me, like, I've got this.
That's totally her.
That's funny. All right, I do think grandmother's actually trying to talk now.
Okay.
Because it's like she's tapping her foot, like, all right, I'm waiting my turn. Are you done yet? She's waiting on him to stop talking. Let's see. Okay, did she pass in an old age?
Yeah, she was a little bit older, yeah. Like, maybe in her 80s, I don't know.
Okay.
Not super old. I feel like my grandparents all, except for one, they all passed kind of young.
Really?
They just didn't take care of themselves, yeah.
She's showing me, like, a coffee table in a living room where she'd sit around and have cigarettes. She smoked?
No, he did, but there was, like, old cigarette trays.
Oh, cigarette trays. So maybe it wasn't her smoking, but she's showing me, like, trays of, like, cigarettes in front of where she's sitting, and
it's funny that they're focusing on that so much.
It is funny about that. Wait, did she always, like, comment about the cigarette ashtrays sitting around and being full? And
she hated it.
Okay. She hated it. Okay, I guess that makes sense then, because she's giving me, like, when I started to say, did she smoke, or what, is she sitting there smoking, and then it was like dumping it real hard, like trying to get rid of it, and that's when I was asking you about that, and so it makes sense that you would say she hated it. I feel like there was one in the coffee table area, there was one that was outside, there was one that was it dining room area, maybe?
They were everywhere. Like, I remember as a kid, like, going in their basement and finding some old ones. Like, they lived during the Depression, so they didn't really clean up their house.
Yeah.
So I remember finding them as kids.
Yeah, she's very much showing me, like, aggravated about them, and how she would have to clean them up all the time because, like, he wouldn't. Let's see. I don't think she's wanting to tell me how she passed. I do feel that she was either in a hospital bed at home or she passed away at the hospital, because she's showing me a hospital bed.
Yeah.
But it's almost like she's almost too prideful to talk about it. Almost like, I don't even want to get into that. Let's talk positive. Let's talk about good things. We don't need to talk about how I died.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. I mean, it wasn't anything traumatic, or it was very peaceful, and
good.
It was her time. Yeah.
Okay.
Put your arm down, please.
Let's see. When you would stay at you would stay at their house sometimes? Okay, so would she make, like, some, I feel like she would bake something.
She would what?
Bake something, like cookies or something.
No, she wouldn't bake them, but she had like a cookie drawer.
Oh, cookie drawer. Okay. There was something about cookies where she's like, only for you kids when you would come stay. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Like she would stock it up for you.
Yes. I remember, I have memories of going in her kitchen and pulling open the drawer and getting like these wafers.
Oh, okay.
And then like these old knockoff brands of Oreos.
Okay. So the cookies make sense. She just didn't bake them, but it was something where it like she had it specifically for the nights you guys would stay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Did she? I feel like she's giving me. She was the more impatient one. So if you guys got too loud, she would say, "You guys need to settle down a little bit."
Yeah. She was always the one to like snap at you.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you have questions for either of them?
No, I don't know. I just wanted to hear from them.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I do have a question for my grandfather.
Okay, yeah. So
he was a very good person. Just I've had anger with him.
Okay.
About he was a heavy drinker and he was driving a car and he hit a man and he died. This was like in the 60s.
Okay.
And I feel that my mom romanticizes him so much and like always just like, my father this, my father that, like he was so wonderful. And but I'm like, well, he had his vices, like and killed a man, like he should have been in prison. If that happened today, he would have been in prison. And so I've felt like I didn't feel this way growing up, because my mom would always talk positively about him. But as I've gotten older, I feel like I've been angry at him towards it, and just I don't know.
He keeps saying accident, like he didn't mean to.
I know it was an accident.
Was he drinking and driving? Yeah, he's like, please don't think that makes me a bad person. It was an accident and he knew better, but it happened, and it wasn't because he was a bad guy. It was just a bad choice.
Yeah. I know.
Overall, I feel like he was a very good guy. And when it comes to your mom romanticizing him, I do feel like it's because she has good memories about her dad. So I don't feel like there was really a whole lot of negative things she could have said. Does that make sense to you?
Can I go, Grandma? That's good.
Yeah, Mom? Like...
I guess I always wondered... Can I go with Grandma? Yeah, we're going to go tonight. I guess that kind of was more like, is she remember him correctly? Is he who she says he was, or was he a bad guy? That answers my question.
Yeah, no, it's like he really was a good guy, and he was very patient when it came to the kids. Grandma was the more disciplinarian, like, well, your grandma. She was, the more impatient, like, grumpy or snappy type. But then when it comes to him, he was very just go with the flow. But when he did that, it was an accident. And of course, you would hear that and make sense, but he's really emphasizing it. Like, he doesn't want you to think of him badly, because he's like, he knew better. It was just a bad choice. He knew he shouldn't have been drinking and driving. It was just a bad choice, and he does regret it and feels guilty about it. So it's not like it happened and he was just like, I don't care. It just, he did think about it throughout his life, the rest of his life. He didn't die then, did he?
Huh?
He didn't die in that accident, did he?
No.
I didn't think so.
Young.
Yeah.
Youngish, when he would go to the bars and I think play poker and drink and...
Okay. So I do get a sense that your mom's memories are accurate, that he was a good guy. He just made mistakes.
Yeah.
And
she does acknowledge that.
Yeah. Would it make sense for him to say, because I asked, does it make sense simply because he's using a curse word? And I'm not going to say the word because you have a baby there, but he's basically saying, I effed up.
What was that?
I effed up.
He said that.
Yeah. In regards to what happened with the accident, he's like, I effed up.
Yeah.
He also says he didn't have enough time with you and any of his grandkids. He's like, I didn't have enough time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel you would have really liked him as a grandpa.
Hold on 1 second. What was that?
I think you would have really liked him as a grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a good guy. Just had some things. Everybody makes mistakes, and he wants you to understand that, not have these thoughts that he may have been a bad guy.
Okay. That's good. What about my other grandfather? Is he popping in?
How long has he been gone?
Since 2009.
So after this grandfather.
Yeah. I think he died the same year. No. He died a couple years after my brother. Shut the door.
Is that Dad's grandpa or Dad's dad?
Yes, my dad's dad.
I am not getting anything from another spirit.
Really?
It could just be that current grandpa and grandma are just staying and they just like aren't releasing enough for me to be able to channel another spirit. But okay. I don't feel another one coming in right now.
Oh, okay. Well, you asked my grandma, so when she was on her deathbed, I made a comment. I was like, now you get to see your dogs.
Okay.
I always miss them.
Yeah.
And she seemed upset. Was she upset or excited? I don't know.
There he is. Look. I made it.
Interesting. So she wasn't upset per se at you, but it was almost like she would rather be with family than the dogs. Just because she missed them doesn't mean she would have rather been with them versus being with the family.
Yeah.
But she also was, like, if I'm dying, I would love to see my dogs. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
I was like 15. It was inappropriate.
Not necessarily.
She was like in active dying when I said it.
I would have said something like that too, to keep it light. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep the situation light. So it wasn't like she was mad or anything. It was just more of like she would have rather been with family instead of the dogs.
Yeah.
But she's with the dogs, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yep, she's with the dogs. Actually, wait. How many had passed? Because I feel like she's only with like one or two, and another one had already crossed back into the physical form.
Which one?
Let's see. I feel like there's brown or tan dogs with her.
Mhm.
And then I feel like the one that crossed back through is black.
Really?
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Where are they?
You mean back in the physical form?
Yeah.
They just reincarnated. Yeah, and they're just around. I mean, they have, when they come back into the like physical form, they can come back as anything. Like our souls and our spirits are that, and then we come back in to learn more lessons or help people through certain things, and when we come back through, we can come back as whatever is needed at that time. So the dog could have come back as a child, or a bird or something like that. So I can't see what he has come back as. It's a he, right?
It was a she.
A she.
Well, ask her, was it my dog?
Did she have this dog? How would she have this dog with her if it was with her? Did you have was that when you were a kid?
Yeah, I had a black dog.
When you were a kid? Okay,
Yeah.
then yes. Because she's giving me like it wasn't, you don't have this dog as an adult. It was when you were a child. So that makes sense?
Yeah, we had her, she lived the first, like, we got her when I was 6 and she died when I was 20.
Wow. Yeah,
So
she's
it was
already
like
come
a
back.
sibling.
She's already come back into the physical form. So if they're not in the spirit realm, I can't channel them.
That's
So
okay.
I don't know what she's come back as. I just know she's not in the spirit realm anymore. And she gave me, she's still got brown dogs with her, or tan dogs, but a black dog went back in.
Okay.
Like as soon as you asked that, which ones that had gone back, immediately it was like black. There's a black dog.
Yeah.
So there's no doubt on that who, like the black dog is the one that came back.
That's cool. What are some signs when I know, like, she's around?
From Grandma?
Yeah.
Do you ever see repetitive numbers?
Sometimes. Haven't really been looking.
She's giving me like numbers. So it could be like 111 or 1111 or 222. You may even see 888, something like that. Random numbers that are in the line often. You may just not have noticed.
Are they with Macy? Have they been able to help her?
So when it comes to Macy, they've seen her, they know she's there, they think she's a hoot. That's funny. That specifically was like, she's a hoot. But they're not connected to Macy the same way that they are with you.
Yeah.
So they've seen her, they know she's good. And it's funny because they're showing me like as if she's doing cartwheels or somersaults just over and over and over and over and over. Like she's a riot. She's got so much energy, and they're just like, so yeah, she's here. She's flipping and flopping on all over the place, but they don't have she doesn't hang out with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I figured she wouldn't, but she'd be with her grandma.
Yeah. So, but it's just funny the way they're describing her, And your grandmother almost seems like she's going sometimes like this, oh my gosh, how does this kid have so much energy? Where is she getting this from? So funny.
That's awesome.
Just loop, loop, loop all over the place.
That sounds like me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. What would the initial R mean?
The initials R?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe, was it one of their first names, or was it the last name? A sibling?
Rudolph.
Who's Rudolph?
That was my grandma's last name.
Oh, her last name was Rudolph?
Hey, Mom!
No. My grandma's last name growing up was I saw, he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, her last name growing up was Rudolph. That was
Okay. See, I wouldn't have known that. How would I have known that? You know what I'm saying? So that's just her coming through as validation, which is interesting as why would she say that?
Yeah, I don't know.
But she just wants you to know that she is there.
Hey, you guys. Can you guys leave for a little bit? I'll be out in just a couple minutes, okay? I need you guys to go out. Okay, then I'm going to go downstairs.
It's totally fine. They're not bothering me.
We can finish up if they have anything else. I don't know. I haven't talked to them in a long time, so I was like, I'd love to talk to them. And
Yeah, I understand.
like I said, I thought when you said that older guy came through, I kept thinking maybe it was my grandfather.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I loved him.
Well, he's like, don't be confused. if he did come through again there like that time, but he's not the one who whispers, like he's not the one that told you Macy or whispers things in your ears once in a while. That's a spirit guide.
Okay.
But he's like, yeah, I tried to come through, but he didn't deliver messages or anything because we were not focused on him.
Well, that's good, because I was like, I swear he probably would have been there.
Yeah. It's almost like he was trying not to be selfish and let you connect with Macy. He's like, I want to pop in and just make sure she knows I'm here, but I'm not going to try to overshadow the connection with her and Macy.
And I wanted to hear from her. I needed to talk to her.
Exactly. He's like, and he knew that. That's why he was just like, I just popped in, and then I was trying to be respectful of that connection and not try to overshadow it. It's almost like he knew he was going to get a chance to talk with you, so he's just like, I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it. Let them talk.
Okay. Yeah, that's sweet of him.
Yeah.
Well, and she came in so strong.
She did. She really did. Oh, I just got goosebumps because that was validation right there that she was with us, and she's just a strong spirit. She really did come in very strong, and she's still apparently every time we think of her
all the time, and she's come to people in dreams.
Nice.
She came to me in a dream. It was very short. I honestly, when I was first dreaming, I was thinking it was her. I don't know if maybe it wasn't her, but then later it was like later on I thought maybe it was her, but
it probably was.
Filler in the wind.
Yeah. But it's just funny because every time that we think it or talk about her, they're showing me like cartwheels, just literally like boom, 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 like over and over and over again. She's just going and going.
She was so good.
That's so funny.
It was cute. She had these goals that she wrote.
Oh, that's cute.
Of all these different like cheer moves she wanted to learn, like different. I'm sure she's gotten them in, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So your grandparents want you to know that they are proud of you, and I do feel, as a mother, they're very proud of you. But they are mentioning your oldest son and the patience that you have. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, he's he has autism.
Okay.
So it's hard.
Yeah. Well, they're just like very proud of how you handle him.
Do they have? I mean, they had a special needs child. Do they have any advice for me?
Breaks.
Yeah.
Take breaks. Don't feel guilty. I don't know what they mean by guilty, but maybe it's about when you take breaks, because they just said that. Like, it's almost like self-love or self-care, or, you know, to have time to yourself. But they're proud of the fact that you handle it as well as you do. Not him as an it, but just the situation. Mm-hmm. You're patient. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. They are proud of that. But I mean, of course, they do feel pride for you as a mother for all your kids and patience and all that. But they really focused on the fact that you have a son that's a little bit more difficult than, you know, the other ones, and you're patient and you handle the situation really well.
Well, I love that. Speaking of trains, here's my son's trains.
Oh wow, you are not kidding.
Yeah.
He likes trains.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's so funny.
Owen, you want to come say hi? Come say hi.
Hi.
Why not? There
You shy. Hi. How are
Say hi
you?
to my friend Icy.
Yay. He's so cute.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you
Of
so
course.
much.
Absolutely. No problem. They love you and they're proud of you. Of course, you know, like I always say, it sounds cliche, but they genuinely do. They love you guys. And they're with you, so they see everything that you go through and that you do, and, you know, they're there to protect you when you need it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
Well,
I will.
thank you.
You're welcome.
You
I
have
will
a
read.
Merry Christmas.
You too. Yeah. I mean, I cannot believe it's in, what, 2 days?
I know.
Like, where did the time
Ready?
go?
I still have to go buy a couple things.
I know. 2 days ago, we just got my daughter some stuff. Like, we slacked off a lot this year. We put our Christmas tree up with some lights, and we didn't even bother with the ornaments. But we also have, we have 2 kittens, and it wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
well,
yeah,
it's
they jump all over that tree.
all over
That's
it.
the point.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I released
We're gonna have
them.
to take it down next week anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I released them, and I hope you guys have a good holiday. And if you ever need me, you know where you can find me.
Okay. You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Bye.